All right, this Elon Musk story coming out of CNN is wild, and it proves that he's not trying to streamline the government. He's trying to grab power and test the limits of the executive branch along with Donald Trump. This reads, CNN submitted a FOIA request, a Freedom of Information Act request, for records related to the security clearances of both Musk and other DOGE personnel granted access to classified or secure networks, likely referring to the college-age teen dudes who are helping Elon Musk dig into our classified information. Quote, good luck with that. They just fired the whole privacy team. An OPM email address responded. And I want to dig into this CNN article because it comes at a time when JD Vance is claiming that the Democrats and that other European officials are eroding free speech. He gave an absolutely offensive speech in Munich the other day where he claimed other countries are eroding free speech, but just over the past week, the White House has barred an AP News reporter from the Oval Office because they wouldn't use Gulf of America. They would only use Gulf of Mexico. On top of that, Elon Musk has been saying that 60 Minutes deserves a long prison sentence. I mean, just put all this together. Look at the pattern. Elon Musk is right now Donald Trump's top dog, or Doge, no pun intended, whatever the hell. And Elon Musk is saying that 60 Minutes deserves a long prison sentence after 60 Minutes settled in a lawsuit, after Donald Trump has repeatedly sued different news organizations, creating a chilling effect, where now other news organizations will be more likely to bend the knee because they want access to the White House. They are using White House access as leverage to try to shutter any dissent, and it's terrifying. But let's read this CNN article because they can't shutter us. They can't shut us down even if they tried. We run an independent platform, and there's a million ways that we could outsmart them. So drop a like, subscribe to help boost the pro-democracy message, and let's read this CNN breaking news article. The Trump administration has quietly fired multiple members of the privacy team and other officials from the office that oversees the hiring of federal workers, a move that limits outside access to government records related to the security clearances granted to Elon Musk and his associates. So, you can't even get the information about Elon Musk's security access because he fired the people that had that information. He fired the privacy team. And it matters for a few key reasons because number one, it blocks any investigation into Musk's security clearance. It came right after CNN filed the FOIA request. CNN was first notified of the firings at the Office of Personnel Management in response to a FOIA request, a Freedom of Information Act request for records related to the security clearances of Musk and anyone from the Department of Government Efficiency who has been granted access to sensitive or classified government networks. And I keep seeing this argument from Trump supporters. They're like, hey, we voted for Donald Trump knowing that he and Elon Musk were going to reform the government or streamline the government. This is not streamlining the government. This is a shadowy cabal of people like Elon Musk and his little tech bros going into our government with little to no oversight, no security clearances, and then unilaterally firing people and saying that it's the president doing it. It's incredibly odd. In addition to the privacy team, members of OPM's communication staff and employees who handle FOIA requests were also fired. Oh my lord. So they're doing this all under the guise of transparency and government oversight, yet they fire the privacy team that's in charge of creating oversight in the government or holding people accountable. And now, so they're pulling this weird legal trick. I made a video about this earlier where they say that Elon Musk isn't actually in charge of DOGE. He's not the administrator because it's all under Donald Trump, which begs the question, who is the leader of DOGE? How do we hold them accountable? If there's a team that we don't know about with DOGE, how do we hold any of these people accountable? And how come there's no oversight into it? Some of the firings are not set to take effect until April 15th, one of the sources added, but some of them obviously have already taken effect. Asked about the firings, an OPM official told CNN that the agency did not lay off the entire privacy team, but declined to comment further. But remember, earlier, an OPM email address responded to CNN's FOIA request and someone said, good luck with that. They just fired the whole privacy team. So it's a massive mess. Everything is a little bit of a clusterfuck. But again, by gutting the privacy team, the administration Trump and Elon Musk, have crippled the department responsible for handling requests that create oversight. So it also kind of mirrors Musk's takeover over at Twitter, or X. He fired the entire media relations team, and he replaced press inquiries with this automated poop emoji response. I don't know if you guys remember this, but when the press would try to hit up X or Elon Musk, they would get this poop emoji. So now the Trump admin's approach to the government is the same, I guess, purging anyone who's responsible for transparency and then making it harder for the public to access information. So all we have to trust are Elon Musk's manic, schizophrenic tweets where he sends 200 a day, and we don't know if he's selectively posting random information. OPM has been at the forefront of the Trump admin's effort to downsize the federal workforce, helping compile lists of probationary employees and sending memos to various agencies about the firing. The move to fire OPM's privacy and communications teams appears similar to Musk's previous move to fire the entire media relations team over at X. And keep in mind, all of these people are using very similar rhetoric. Elon Musk, J.D. Vance, Donald Trump, even down to Charlie Kirk, Benny Johnson, they are all on the same page talking about the media deserves to be put in prison. The media needs to be shut down if they're advocating for liberalism. I mean, it's that quote where it's like free speech for me, but not for thee. Whatever the hell the quote is. They want infinite free speech for themselves, but then they're trying to shut down 60 Minutes. They try to shut down AP News. It's all wild, and it comes back around to them firing people. So there's less transparency. They want less transparency as a whole. And keep in mind, complying with requests for records is a legal duty that carries penalties enforceable in court. So while firing the people who respond to requests is perhaps an effective delaying tactic, it does not ultimately relieve the government from its legal obligation to turn over public records, but Elon Musk is trying to delay DOGE from having to turn over any records regarding government restructuring, workforce reductions, illegally firing people, illegally accessing data. If they can just downsize, if they can just fire the people that are in charge of FOIA or government transparency, then that lack of transparency makes it harder to scrutinize who they are firing or who they are granting security clearances, like CNN was trying to figure out from Elon Musk. So the question still remains, why does Musk, who is not an elected official, have such deep access to classified government data? And number two, why is he giving his minions access to the data? Number three, why are they so scared of addressing this question of whether or not they have proper security clearances? Because a key Senate Democrat is pushing for an independent watchdog investigation into the, quote, legality and scope of the agreement allowing Musk and his aides to access sensitive or classified government info, and that would be amazing. That would be the least that they can do, is have some sort of watchdog committee, independent watchdog investigation into what they're doing. The letter from Senator Chris Murphy, a Democrat from Connecticut, specifically asked the Government Accountability Office to investigate the Trump admin's move to designate Musk and his associates as special government employees. And right as this happened, right as Senator Chris Murphy asked for this watchdog committee, the White House sent out a memo saying Elon Musk isn't actually in charge of DOGE. So they're very slippery, but I'll leave it at that. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you subscribe below. We are racing towards 1 million because of you guys. I love every single one of you, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.